Let me tell you, Bubba, this coronavirus is spreading faster than that manure we spread on the back 40. I tell you, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. I think we ought to head for the hills. And me, I'm so broke I can't even afford to pay attention.
Hello everyone, I'm the Doctor of Disaster, Mark Warnick. I have a doctoral degree in public safety and I'm considered a subject matter expert on public safety by not one, but 2 universities. So, how deadly is this? It has the same infectiousness, the spread, as SARS does. The only difference is SARS killed 10% of the population, and this is only killing 3%. We survived SARS. So don't panic, but prepare. So how do you treat it if you contract coronavirus? Well, Dr. John Campbell, says supported treatment and therapy, keep warm, hydration, eat if you're hungry, and keep away from others. He says that at this point there's no specific coronavirus antiviral drugs. He says that the oxygen saturation in your blood drops below 90% if you can test it at home. You should be on oxygen. Now, this isn't something you should do at home. This is what you should do if you go to the hospital. It's important to realize that those are typically older or elderly or have a compromised immune system. If you're a healthy young person, and I'm not talking child, if you're a healthy person and you're not too old, your chances of surviving something like this are very high. Common flu typically has a 1% death rate. This has a 3% mortality rate. So, there's a lot of things that are going on. Now, the reason I did this video was because of how many people are getting wound up about this. First, let me talk about the media. I have no love for the media when it comes to serious situations like this. What is the media's job? Well, their job is to sell their channel. How are they going to do that? That's simple. They're going to sensationalize and they're going to cover every little pea-picking part of whatever story they get. A lot of times, this causes mass panic and a lot of problems. Right now, we're starting to see panic. I heard of someone trading masks for a case of MREs. 10 masks for a case of MREs. I'm sorry, this isn't that big of a deal. If you've been preparing all along, you should be fine. If you haven't, we're going to cover some of this stuff. Part of emergency management is to prepare. So my saying is, don't scare, prepare. What preparedness measures should you take? Well, first, let's go to FEMA to see what they say. Now, I've heard stories about, oh, this is a farce, and It's so they can start FEMA camps. No, absolutely not. I am going to tell you that if they try to corral people, it would be stupid because you're going to increase the spread of it. Now, will they take people to the hospitals? Yes. Will they set up mobile hospitals if it gets bad? Absolutely. But, don't panic. The chances of a FEMA camp for coronavirus, first off, I have issues with FEMA camps anyway. So that's kind of like, really? But for coronavirus, this would be absolutely unconscionable. So what does DHS, Department of Homeland Security, FEMA, suggest that you do? Well, they suggest that you have 2 weeks of food on hand. Okay, that is an absolute bare minimum. Make sure you have enough meds and that your prescription won't expire soon or run out. So you're going to call your doctor if you've had your last refill recently. Have any non-prescription drugs and other health supplies on hand, including pain relievers, stomach remedies, cough and cold medicines, fluids with electrolytes, and vitamins. That's all good advice. Of course, this is FEMA's suggestions. Don't forget to get your copy of the Doctor of Disasters book, Emergency Incident Management Systems, at Amazon.com. This book is the go-to on managing disasters and on the Instant Command System. Get copies and maintain electronic versions of health records from doctors, hospitals, pharmacies, other sources, and store them for personal reference. If you need help getting those records, you can go to healthit.gov and you're going to be looking for the blue button. Many doctors and facilities have started going to a blue button. This is a federal standard now, or at least a standard. I don't know if it's federal, but it allows you to download your health records and to save them, print them, save them, whatever. Also, FEMA suggests that you talk with family members and loved ones about how they would be cared for if they got sick. So, would they want you to help them? Or would they want you to stay with them? Additionally, are they planning on making you their power of attorney? Are they going to give you or someone else the ability to cut off the ventilator if it comes to that time? And if so, you need to get all that paperwork straight. Do they want every type of effort made to save their life? Or do they want to DNR themselves, do not resuscitate? And FEMA says if you want to care for them at home, get supplies of what will be needed to care for them in your home. So I'll talk a little bit more about this. That's what FEMA recommends. Let's get into what I recommend. I suggest as soon as possible that you start stockpiling. Make sure to tune back in for episode 3 of the coronavirus to find out what you should be stockpiling. The Doctor of Disaster is a subsidiary of Warnick and Associates Incorporated.